So Chris, could you explain why Pearson has decided to introduce a paper-based on-demand offer for functional skills?
Over the last 2 years, we've had many conversations with our customers about what they felt they needed for their centres and for their learners. And what they wanted was less restriction in terms of the assessment. So we currently have a series-based offer, which is 8 windows a year, and centres actually felt they wanted more access to our tests. Introducing paper-based on-demand has given us an opportunity to align our on-screen and our paper-based offer, so they follow a very similar model.
So can you explain a bit more about the benefits to centres and to learners?
I think the major benefit is around the flexibility of the assessment. Learners can now take an assessment on paper when they are ready to take the assessment, rather than waiting for a window that we have put in place. So centres can book a test up to 14 days in advance. We will send the papers out and then the learner can sit the test when they are ready. What differences will our centres see with our on-demand offer?
I think the main differences will be in the entry process. Initially, they will need to make a registration for each learner at Excel Online. Once they've registered a learner, they can then go on and make a test booking for each of those learners. Previously, for the series-based tests, centres can make those entries via EDI. For the on-demand version, they will have to make those entries via Excel Online. In terms of what will not look different, the actual papers themselves will look very familiar to centres and to learners as well. The format of the on-demand paper is the same as the format of the papers we've used previously for the series-based offer.
Is there any difference in terms of administration for the centres?
There shouldn't be no. What they will receive is a pack of test papers, as they do now. They will receive an attendance register, as they do now. There will be a return envelope and a yellow label to return papers to Pearson after the tests have been taken. So that is all the same as the process that works now for series-based assessments. The differences will be where there may well be more than one test version being used. So for the series-based, we have one test paper in circulation. For on-demand, you may receive more than one test paper when you make test bookings for multiple learners. To help centres, we will provide a bespoke attendance register with each pack of papers. We will also provide a place card for each learner, which will contain the learner details and the paper they should be taking. So when exams officers can then set the exam room up so that learners can transfer that data across to the test paper immediately. So for the series-based tests, centres receive feedback via Results Plus on how learners have performed. What feedback can they get for the paper-based on-demand tests?
The feedback for the paper-based on-demand is slightly different in that we do it via coverage and range, not individual question. However, that's where the differences end. We feel the information that centres will receive will be just as beneficial and will allow centres to actually access the strengths and weaknesses of their individual learners with ease.
And how quickly can centres make entries for resits, for example?
They can make an entry for a resit as soon as they've got the result through, if they feel they need to. We would obviously advise that they would look at the feedback that we provided and use our support resources such as Exam Wizard to help create a bespoke learning package for those learners. One other difference as well is that the results themselves will come back more quickly to the centres. We have a 28-day SLA for results with our on-demand offer, both paper-based and on-screen, and we find that 95% of those results come back within 10 days.
Thanks, Chris. So there's more information available on the website for centres?
Yes, there is.